R2-D2, Your Highness.
Welcome back to Scale Model Kit Review. This is your host, Steve. Up next is the Build Your Own R2-D2 by Model Space D'Agostini. We just received pack 14, so let's open this baby up. Inside, we received 4 more issues of Build Your Own R2-D2. And looks like we get a motor, some more panels for the dome, some more electronics, and the 4 magazine. I'll be right back. We'll get started on issue 53. Here's a magazine for issue 53, and here are the parts for issue 53. Looks like we receive another circuit board, and this is to allow us to test some of the circuits, it looks like. I'll open this up, we'll get a closer look, we'll assemble this issue, then we'll look at the magazine. Be right back. Here's a close-up of the bagged parts for issue 53. Like I said, we get our circuit board testing board to check out the lightsaber ejector mechanism and some of the sensors on the legs. So that's what we do with this issue here, just a bunch of testing. Let's get a closer look at these parts. Here are the parts contained within the bag. We received a couple of conduits here, electrical conduits, brown, red, and yellow. And then this one would be yellow, green, and blue. And then the circuit board for testing R2-D2. Be very careful when you're handling these circuit boards. Just handle them from the edges. Any static electricity can be detrimental to the microchips that are on that. Alright, to do the test we need to connect the circuit boards. We need to have the circuit board from the previous issue, issue 52. And that's that right there. And this, of course, the circuit board from this issue, along with the battery pack we received previously, and the 2 new conduits that we have. So let's hook up these boards. The first test we'll be doing it on will be the Lightsaber Ejector tube. We'll be checking out the operation of this motor. So we'll be doing that here in a second. The first step we need to do, we need to unwrap our wire bundles, and that doesn't take very long to do. First one unwrapped, and then the second one unwrapped. Okay, we got those done. First thing we're going to do is hook up the smaller board with our yellow and blue and green connectors. We have a larger connector and a smaller connector. Looks like we will be plugging in looks like in the center of this first board, and once again you want to make sure you line those up. Get that out of the way. Line that up like that, and it plugs right in. Just like that. Okay. The second one, same thing. It's going to get plugged in. You've got the second wire bundle. You'll see you have large and small. The smaller one is going to get plugged in over here on this side. You have 4 pins. This other one only has 3, so obviously it doesn't plug into that. Once again, we're going to line it up. Just like that. See the alignment pins there, and plug it in just like that, and that is in. The yellow wire, yellow, green, and blue wire connection, and that's going to get plugged in On this end right here, same thing, we want to make sure we're lining up our connectors correctly with the 4 pins. It goes straight down just like that. And then the red one right here goes in on the opposite side. Same thing, we want to make sure that this goes on the outside and it plugs straight down on that, just like that. Okay. Next we'll take our battery lead, and that's going to go down onto this right here. Just like that. 2 pins right down on that. Put all these together so you can see them. Next we're going to go ahead and get the lightsaber tube ready to go, and it's going to plug in on our bigger board here. So we want our black and yellow leads, the black and yellow leads coming off the lightsaber ejector tube. That's going to go in on the very end piece right here, and we'll just plug that in. Just like that. Next we'll take the black and red lead and plug it in beside it. There's a smaller lead that goes right beside it. Plug that in carefully. Just like that. Now we got everything plugged in. Just as we should have. They want us to turn it on. And after I turned it on, I had some test lights kick on. And there's a little power light right there. Turn it off again, you'll see what happened. See that? There we go. And press test button S1, which is the one on the right. And it works. Perfect. Nice. Now we'll take all this apart and we'll get it set up to test the right leg sensors. Be right back. Next we're going to use these circuit boards to test the right leg sensors. We have the sensor on top of the leg here we're going to test, and I assume we're going to test the bottom sensors on near the roller wheel. So let's get a little closer to the circuit boards, hook up the wiring on this, and show you how that works. Alright, the first thing they want us to do from the leg itself, they want us to take the black lead from the leg and plug that onto our board. So once again, I've got to get it orientated correctly so it goes down the pins correctly. Now they want me to plug it in on this connector right there. There we go. Alright, so we're going to be looking at indicator lights here. And they say not to have anything directly in front of the sensor. There we go. Turn it on. When the object is around 500 millimeters away, this blue indicator light should come on. Okay, so I got nothing in front of the sensor. Next thing they want us to do is plug the red and orange yellow lead from the motor onto the socket on the test board. Okay, so that would be this one right here. We're going to plug it in on the lead like we did before. I'll turn this off and we will plug that in on the test board. Okay, so then after that's on, we're going to be taking the sensor itself. Okay, and when that comes in contact with the board, when I stand it up, we should see a green indicator light come on. Okay, so can you guys see all the lights there? Can you see the green one? So when the sensor hits the ground, green indicator light comes on, and that tests just fine. And there you have it, folks. That's all the tests that we do with stage 53 or issue 53. We tested some of the sensors on his right leg. We also tested the Lightsaber Ejector tube motor. So with that, let's go ahead and look at the magazine. I'll be right back. Let's look at issue 53 magazine. And as we open it up, we can see we have an article of Inside the Lair of the Emperor. Looks like we get 3 pages of that. Then we got the Cyborgs Part 2. This is where we get to see General Grievous. Robotics Exoskeletons. About 3 pages of that. And then we get into our sensor test board setup, and we actually have 3 pages of testing that we do for our circuit boards, hookups, lightsaber motor operational check, and testing the leg sensors. Next, they give us a preview of what issue 54 is going to give us. So stay tuned for that, issue 54. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Hit the bell if you want some updates on my latest videos. After that, happy modeling, everybody. Take care.